prospect business? What are you trying to resolve here? This is basically what you're trying to say to that prospect. I am here to solve these kind of problems. They already probably know about that. You have done so much work in getting people to know, like, and trust you. This is the time where you reaffirm that. Tell them who you are and what kind of solutions do you provide to those kind of problems. This is where you basically show your difference. This is where you show how different you are in the way that you resolve those problems or challenges, but also how you operate. You tell them your story. The idea here is to tell them the value that you bring to this transaction. This has to be scripted in such a way that not just you, anyone else in your company or anyone else in your team can deliver the same quality of presentation like you do. So if you get it scripted, it will really send a very strong signal to the market that you have a process, you're a professional, whether it's you or your team members. Now, you can do more business if you do this properly. The process that you have, the explanation that you provide, the story about you and your business, and the kind of examples, the clients that you've actually dealt with are a real client, is going to build a trust here. The success stories, remember the case studies that you have prepared before. This is very important for you to build that credibility. And how you work. It's very important. I always tell people, don't wait till the last minute to tell people how you work and what's going to happen and what is the result and what is expected of you and what is expected of me. This has to be laid out right from the beginning. This is the time at the presentation for you to understand your clients and for your clients to understand you, because it makes it so much easier for you to take the next step. So the idea is the presentation has to be scripted and it has to be delivered in the same way every time. You may want to tweak it, obviously, and modify it depending on the industry, the person that you're dealing with, but all in all, it has to be done in a systematic way. Expected results. Now also, it's very important to determine right from the start what are the expected results are. Don't leave it till the end. It creates so much misunderstanding and miscommunication if you don't determine right from the beginning the kind of result that is expected. And it's very important at this stage is to tell your prospect what is expected of them as well. Sometimes your execution, you doing the job, depends on them doing certain things. So you need to make it very clear from the beginning that things have a limit. Any delays from his part will cause you to delay your part as well. So it's very important at this stage, in the presentation stage, to determine those expected results from both sides. It's very important. The new customer kit. Remember the pocket folder that we created for your marketing material? Now, your client will receive a marketing kit. Also, with the invoice and the contract and the information and anything else that you want to educate your clients to do. You know, it's like this is also to complete the education process, to tell them more about what you do. They will really appreciate it. When you actually create a new customer kit, when you actually decide to take the next step and sign the contract, you send them a letter congratulating them on the decision to deal with you or to finalize this agreement, but also putting it with a lot of educational material to help them into taking making this process as smooth as possible, and making you look a real professional, and that you have a system and a process. They will really appreciate that. Now, your new customer kit really tells them who you need to know. There are people within your company that they may deal with. Who are these people? They need to know certain people. The next one, what we need to know. We need to know certain things about your business, basically. Who to contact, the person that is responsible for the project, information that we've requested, when are they going to be delivered. A lot of information needs to be in place with respect to this particular, with respect to the customer, new customer kit. And what to do next. That also is a process. You need to basically lay the process of what is going to happen from the day that you actually start to execute this, this contract until the end. And how we expect payment. A lot of people shy away from even asking for their money. And I know, believe me, I know some small businesses, small business owners, they don't ask for the money. It's so bad. We need to be paid, and we need to tell them how we expect payment. Are we expecting it in the beginning? Are there phases? You know, when we finish certain thing of the job, we get it. This has to be laid out and made clear right from the beginning, so that it really removes any kind of misunderstanding in relation to this contract or this transaction. You see, selling is more like building the relationship even more, because you need to start to think, I have done quite a lot in my marketing, getting people to know me, to like me, and to trust me, and I have given the chance to do an evaluation for free. Now when the time comes to buy, it's really reducing the sales cycle. It's helping me determine that I don't need to sell. I'm one person, I know quite a few like me, who don't like selling. I like to tell people the value that I bring, and basically it's up to them to decide if they would want that value at that price. I don't want to be like everybody else, that I do everything. I'd like to be able to tell people I provide solutions, I provide results. At the end, you're not looking for satisfied customers. Believe me, you're looking for delighted customers. Delighted customers are the ones who are going to go out and refer you. Now, the same experience, that all the effort that you have put into your marketing right from the beginning, from the know, like, and trust, and all the effort that you put into getting, you know, educating people, doing seminars and workshops, when they actually call you or call your business, it has to be the same experience. I have seen so many businesses lose opportunities at this point after doing all of the stuff that they've done. Either the person on the other line doesn't know what to say, they don't have a system, there are no questions, structured questions to ask. It leaves the person with a bad impression, and you lose that prospect forever. Make that the same experience. If you're telling people out there that you deliver results, you better start cleaning your house, training your people, and getting them on board with you in terms of the process that they need to follow when a customer calls or sends an email or walks in. You may not be there all the time. Whoever is there need to provide the same experience as you do. This is very critical. This can close the deal or lose the customer forever. So try to perfect this phase in as much way as possible, because this is where you're going to be able to close the deal and close the transaction and get your customer that will help you grow your business. Now, what I would like you to do here, I need you to sit down and find out what is your discovery process. With the first call, the first email, the first request for an appointment, you need to have a process. How am I going to discover whether this client or prospect is ideal for me? What are the questions that I need to ask? What are the issues or the information I need to get from that client to understand their situation and to see whether there is a fit and decide whether I should take it to the next step or not? You need to determine what is your discovery process. Sit down, write it down, and share it with your people, because they will also have to follow this process with you. Create your internal seminar. Now, every time, whether you go or someone else goes within your company, they all have to offer the same kind of presentation, the same process, the same story, the same client experience and examples that you have done in the past, the testimonials that you have provided, the solutions that you have provided. Everybody needs to know what's going on. And that presentation has to be scripted. It's just like it's a template that everybody uses, because then it gives the same kind of experience to each and every client that is engaging with your company. So you need to create an internal seminar for your company, and to create a new customer kit. The folder that we have created for our marketing material is the same folder that you will be using for your new customer kit. It has to include all of the things that you need your customer to know, and all of the things that you want to know about your customer. Make a checklist. What are the things that you want them to provide for you? Now that you have actually come to this point of making a selling system, you need to go back and decide of all the checklist, the things that you said that you want to do, and put them in front of you. Look at your strategy. Look at the two components of your strategy: your ideal client and your differentiator. This will actually go in your customer marketing kit. You need to educate your people. I only deal with these kind of people. It's very important to tell your prospect the kind of people that you have solutions for. You also need, at this point, to go over all of the phases of the marketing hourglass: the know, like, trust, try, buy. And once people buy, how can you actually get them to educate them on the other things that you have to offer in terms of the other products, the other services that you have. This is a time, once you have closed this deal, you see, the presentation helps you understand whether you can actually expand that request and make it a bigger transaction, increase the value of the transaction. Now, you need to also publish material. Those material that you have published are now going into your new customer kit. It's now being recycled again over and over again. So you are using that. You're not only creating material once. You're doing it once, but you're using it so many times. You're amplifying it. You need to also, every time you deal with the client, put the name of the clients that you have dealt with on your website to build that credibility, to build the trust. People will see that this company have helped this business or that business or this person. Now they feel more comfortable dealing with you as well. So create a page on your website to talk about the clients and get the testimonials, so that those testimonials will also go on the new customer kit. See, it's all coming together now. That information is not just